Hello, everybody.
Okay, I'm back.
Okie dokie.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for coming.
And yeah, you're right. Every time I type, you type. Oh, crud.
Hi, Ola Joe. Thank you for coming in. All right, so my highlighter is right here. All right.
Hello.
So hi Heidi. Thanks for coming in. My yarn did not come in yet, so I'm thinking I have these three here that I can use. Two of them are KC yarn, and one is I love this cotton. Or I have this butterfly.
Thank you, Andrea.
This butterfly yarn. I think I'm going to use the cotton yarn though, because it's
Well,
a
how
weight.
far are you going to? Basically, today, what I just wanted was to get everybody kind of started on it and give some tips and tricks for reading the patterns when they're multi-size. I don't know. People might have their own tips and tricks that they'd want to share too. I know I'm not the only one
Paula Joe, have a good day.
Makes garments.
Dawn, are you going to make the cardigan?
And how about you, Heidi? Are you going to make the cardigan? Carla, you? I mean,
oh, hi, Carla. I didn't even notice you had come in. Is anybody making the cardigan with us? Hi, Kim G.
Hi, Kim. How are you? Oh, please excuse me coughing, hacking, blowing my nose, clearing my throat. I'm coming off of COVID. Okay. I don't know. This isn't a really good picture of it, Heidi, but I will show you the picture. My printer was running low on ink. So it's a free pattern at lionbrand.com. And it's called Back to Basics Crochet Cardigan. Oh, that sounds like fun. My mother-in-law used to do that when she was still alive. She was an antiques dealer. Hello, Renelle.
Hi, Renelle. right now I am just highlighting the stitches for the size that I'm making in the pattern.
Okay, this is one of the things that I wanted to share. I don't know. You may have your own method of doing this, but this is mine. So what I do is I'm going to make my husband a size 3X. So I highlight or circle the 3X. And then in every row where there are numbers associated with the pattern, I circle it. Usually what I do, if I'm going to be making more than one size of a particular pattern and I don't want to print it out twice, is I will use different colors of pencil or marker or whatever. So
That's a good idea.
yeah, for the 3X, you want to always go with the 5th. To me, it's just, excuse me, easier. So that way, excuse me, you don't have to be looking down at your pattern and guess which number of stitches you need to make or which number of rows. So
Okay, I got mine marked. Hi, Pam.
That's how I do it. Hello, Pam.
So me and Paul, you ordered yours from Mary Maxim too, right?
Yeah.
We both ordered our yarn from Mary Maxim, and neither one of us have gotten it. So for today, I'm going to use KC yarn, and I love this cotton, and this is the colors I'm using.
I've got enough of the woolies to make it as well. So excuse me.
I didn't even make sure I had the right hook. Darn it.
Now this does call for a size K crochet hook. I'm really bad about swatching to gauge, so I just generally tend to go along with whatever hook they say, unless it's a hook that I absolutely hate.
Right. Okay.
Okay, for this one, we're going to start on the band at the bottom.
Heidi, it calls for a 4-weight yarn.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to use wool. I just pick wool because it's nice and warm. And for this one, it's, well, machine wash. It says machine dry. I always lay anything that I've made by hand flat to dry. Personal preference. I figure if I'm going to spend that much time making something, I don't want it to Heidi, it will be every Thursday, and I figured that we would agree that we would try to get either either so many rows done or a particular section done by a certain date. Now this one is started, the back piece, lower ribbing, okay? And then you have, for a 3X, you have 78 rows on the ribbing. And then the body is,
I'm trying to find the pattern so I can share the link.
88 rows this way. So 78 rows wide, 88 rows this way. It depends entirely Sure. Hang on just a second. What size are you going to make it in, Heidi? It's all the way from small to 5X. Let me get out my calculator because my brain is not mathing real good.
Why am I not finding the pattern? Last time it was like on the first page or two.
The 1X? Okay.
Oh, it's right
So
there.
you would need... You would need 8 balls of... Come back here, calculator.
All right, there's the link to the pattern if anybody needs it.
Okay. Okay, for a 1X, you would need 1,576 yards. Oh, yeah, Kim. I love Premier Anti-Pilling. It's soft. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
So, if I were you, I would get this says that it uses the retweed. I'm using Woolies. There are approximately the same number of yards in, let me check. Okay. So Heidi, I would get 9 skeins. Yeah, you want to have approximately 17 to 1,900 yards. Okay. So the back, you're going to start on the lower ribbing by chaining 11. Now this has me using a size K crochet hook. I'm more comfortable with a J, but I do want the garment to fit, so I'm going to go with their sizing of hook. So you chain 11 and then single crochet in the second chain from the hook all the way down to the bottom. So you have 10 single crochets. Keep in mind this is going to be the ribbing on the bottom of the sweater, the bottom back. You'll have to excuse me while I play with my yarn barf.
Kim G's asking if Woolies is a 4-weight. Kim G is asking if Woolies is a 4-weight.
Yes, it is. Oh. And then once you get to the end of that row, you want to chain 1 and single crochet in the back loop only. You want to make sure that you do it in the back loop only so that your ribbing actually looks like ribbing. 10 single crochets all the way down, chain 1, turn, back loop only.
But do you single crochet in the very first stitch, or is that chain 1 considered a stitch?
No, it's not considered a stitch.
Chain 1, turn.
Okay. The first row is back loop only. Well, second row, sorry. Okay. 9 and 10. And then you want to sugar. Once you hit 10 single crochets on the next row, you want to slip stitch into that chain. Then you're going to turn 1, chain 1, turn, and then you're going to go into the, excuse me, into both loops.
You slip stitch what? I don't see where it says that.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, let me try this. Please ignore the mess that is my desk. All right.
Diane Major, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Dan. Yes, I'm feeling sort of better. I'm not as sick as I was with COVID. Okay. Back loop only, 10 stitches, single crochets. Then in the last stitch.
Can't see what you're doing, Paula. You got the camera
Okay.
too far.
In the last stitch, into basically what was that skip chain. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Chain, And then row 3 is both loops. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, sorry, folks. I need to rip that row out. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2. This is what I get for not counting, or at least paying attention. So on the third row, you want to get both loops all the way back down until you have 10 single crochets. Chain 1, turn. Now this is the row where you do the back loop only. All right. Excuse me. So on this row, back loop, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Kim. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then slip stitch at the end.
I don't see where it says the slip stitch.
Rows 2 through whatever. Okay.
Right.
Chain 1, turn, single crochet, back loop only in
Right.
each stitch to last stitch.
Right. And then you go to the last stitch, and then you go through on the last stitch, you single crochet through both loops.
Oh, that's my bad then. I just always do it this way because it'll give you a straight edge on both edges. So, all right, course correction. Because see, if you don't put that slip stitch, you have a jagged edge. You see what I mean?
Here's mine.
Yeah, but if I put the slip stitch, then it straightens my edge out.
Huh. Look, you do whatever works for you.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's the first row is 10 single crochets in your foundation chain. Then the next row, chain 1, turn, back loop only. Then the next row is chain 1, turn, 10 single crochets in both loops. I'm going to go back and course correct.
All right, so now you've got me really confused. So every other row you're doing a single crochet in all through both loops on all 10 stitches? Is that what you're saying, Paula?
Hang on, let me. Wow, COVID brain is a real thing.
Right, it is.
All right, let me reread that sentence. No, course correct. Single crochet in back loop of each row.
Right.
Okay. So you just want to keep doing that until you hit the number of rows that for your particular size, the pattern states. Tammy, I'm confused. Yes, COVID brain. What was it I was making the other day? Trying to cook. Something I've made since I was learning to cook. And for the life of me, I could not remember what the ingredients were. I actually had to look up a recipe online so I could determine what ingredients go with whatever it was I was making.
And I've heard there's a lot of people dealing with that right now.
Well, the doctor gave us the new medicine for COVID. You know, if you catch it early enough, there's an antiviral that you can take. It's called Paxlovid. And I'm quite certain that it got me over the roughest part, which could have quite possibly killed me with my health conditions.
Right.
And the good thing is, I no longer have COVID. I've taken tests, and I no longer have COVID. Now I just have to get all the gunk out of my lungs.
Right.
Except for the fact that COVID brain has really hit me hard. Tammy, when my husband went to pick up we all got it here, the whole house. When he went to pick up mine and my son's prescriptions, the pharmacist said, these are the last 2 we have in the Fayetteville area. So I'm thinking that we're going for a spike in COVID. At least it sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because I don't want to have to go back to wearing a mask all the time and all that. Ugh. I mean, I keep hand sanitizer on my desk, in my purse, everywhere I go. I wash my hands lots every day. So I don't ever want to have to go through COVID again. Wow.
I'll show you what I got going here.
Yep. That's what you need.
That's what mine looks like.
Yep.
And what I'm doing is at the very first stitch and the very last stitch, I'm doing a single crochet through both loops.
Yeah.
That way I don't have the messed up edge. Ouch. Anybody have any questions?
And how far do we want to take this? Like for next week? Personally, I just want to let people work on it as they can.
Yeah, I agree there. Heidi says my husband took that when he had COVID and it made him super, super sick. Oh no, Heidi. And Mimi says, Paula, I'm on oxygen 24/7 too. I still wear masks to doctor's office.
Oh yeah, every time I go to the doctor's office, I've got a mask on because only sick people go to the doctors.
Right.
Yeah, Mimi, I'm in end stage and 4 liters of oxygen. About a year ago, I went to see my pulmonologist, and he says, "Well, you're in end stage COPD now." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "And?" He's like, "What?" I said, "What does that mean for me?" He's like, "With you, nothing." Okay, fine, thank you.
Heidi, do you have any questions or is everything going good for you? She said she
So,
found
honey, I've been on
some
oxygen
use.
24/7 for 11 years.
Oh, good, Heidi. She said it's going good. And anybody that wants to email me a picture of their progress, I would be more than happy to share the screen and let others see how it's going. Diane Major, are you making the cardigan with us too? Thank you, Zoila, for dropping that. Mimi says, me too. I had CHF and returned home 9 days later on 24/7 oxygen.
My CHF has just been like 2 years. They seem to have it pretty well straightened out, though. No more heart attacks for 2 years, so I'm happy.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I'll be happy to get that tan yarn. This gray yarn is kind of dark for my taste. And just fast forward over the part where I was confused, Zoila. It's all right. If anybody needs the pattern printed and they don't have capabilities to print, let me or Diana know, please, and we will send you a copy.
Yes, be more than happy to do
It's
that.
not going to be professionally printed or anything, but you will be able to read the pattern.
Yes, I would be happy to send the pattern to anybody that needs it.
Okay. Down.
I don't think I've ever made anything where you start at the bottom like this. This is kind of neat.
A lot of sweaters start at the bottom. Especially when they have a band like this.
Really? That's cool.
Okay, Mimi, Tammy, if you would please email me. I thought I had sent you a copy of it, but like I said, COVID brain is real. And if you don't email me, I will forget it by the time we're done here. Hello, Ganny Joe. How are you?
Hi, Danny Joe.
So, all right, can we all... How about this? I'm thinking that we get the back part done. Because we make this in pieces. If you can see the pieces.
Right.
So but what this does is it starts at the back and then you work all the way up to the shoulders. And then you start shaping the first shoulder and the neck. So the first piece is going to be the back and the first shoulder. And then the second piece is going to be the other shoulder.
Yes, Zoila, this piece here is going to be the back.
Personally, I feel that the top-down sweaters are better, especially for beginners, but this one is not. Yes, Zoila, you want it to fit his back. Danny Joe, I have stopped listening to the media, and I'm praying that it all settles down after the election.
And if there's anyone that is struggling and wants to do a video chat to get help, just let us know too.
Yeah. I will be happy to help anyone that needs it. Sorry for the rough start today.
I just don't understand why it's taken Mary Maxim so long to get our yarn shipped out to us. Have you gotten the email that it has shipped yet, at least?
Yes, I did. And it actually said that it would be here Saturday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just got the email
But that's
today
like
that
2 weeks
it's
since
getting
we
picked
ordered.
up. Huh?
How long has it been since you ordered?
Over a week.
Yeah, Saturday will be 2 weeks for me.
Wow. I don't understand it.
I know that they have no control over once the package is once the yarn is packaged and shipped, they have no control over how quickly it gets to us.
Right?
But mine was not even fulfilled until yesterday.
Wow. You know what? That's when mine was.
Uh-huh.
Because I got my first email yesterday. And then today, I got the one saying that it's scheduled to be picked up today. But it's not giving me a delivery date yet.
I wonder, since you ordered the same type of yarn that I did, I wonder if they oversold it and
Right?
had to wait for more. I would bet that it's not on that good of a sale anymore. What do you think?
You could be right. Yeah.
Let me check that.
I haven't been keeping track of rows.
Oh, they're easy to count. What size are you making?
The large.
So you would want to do 62 rows.
All right. I'm starting row 16.
Nah, it's still the same price.
It is still?
Yeah.
Is it still just the 3 colors?
Yep.
I know that in our local news the other day, there was an article that there's a trucking company that was done as of September 11th. 480 trucks were no longer going to be running, and all of these trucks carry mail.
Oh, yay.
September 8th was the last pickup date, and September 11th, they were completely done. So now, what do you think that's going to do to our mail?
Is that just USPS or is that UPS, FedEx, what?
USPS.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Hi, Ellie.
Hey, Ellie. Thank you, Diane. I got the medicine, and that medicine, does anyone else remember when they were a kid and you would go to the corner store and you would go to get penny candy? Okay. So you'd have your pennies, you'd have your fortune in your hand. And you'd walk to the corner store, and of course you'd, stop here, play in a puddle there, do this, that, and the other. And when you would get there, you would put your pennies on the counter, count out how much candy you could get for your pennies, etc., etc. And then you'd go home, and as a little kid, you don't think, I need to wash my hands. Well, if you would touch your hand to your mouth, you would get that old penny taste.
Yes. Yep.
That's exactly what the taste this medicine gives you.
Oh.
And oh my goodness,
Oh.
that was hard for me. I think that was almost as hard as COVID. Because breathing it, tasting it constantly.
Right.
And I don't know how much of that was COVID and how much of that was that medicine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would not be good.
It really reminded me of when I was on chemotherapy. That metal taste.
Yeah. I've had medicine make it so that I had that metal taste in my mouth.
Yeah. But that was the only bad thing about it. I'm pretty sure that stuff saved me from going into the hospital. So, yay, go meds.
Well, I'm glad it did, because I know I was really worried about you having it with being on oxygen.
Yeah, I haven't told my pulmonologist yet. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a few choice words for me. I can't help it. My husband brought it home to me. I mean, geez. Now, anybody need the pattern printed? So, yeah, if anybody needs. Oh, Zoila, he was just, other than feeling bad from the COVID itself, he still has not stopped apologizing.
So he didn't have any control over it either.
No, but when I was so sick, I told him, I said, I want you to find whoever gave this to you and kill them. Okay, Carla, that sounds good to me. But we're going to shoot for people having the back portion of the sweater done. And I think that we should wait to go on to the shoulders until next week. I mean, if you're feeling froggy, go ahead.
So have the whole back piece done by next Thursday?
Yeah. If you have time, if you don't, just, come and work on it. Yeah, Ellie, email me and or Diana D. It's a free pattern, so there's no problem. Oh, A Touch of Alpaca, Mary Maxim. It was $2.99 a skein, and they had 3 really pretty colors. And it's just almost the same number of yards as the retweed, which is what this pattern was designed for.
Diane Major, do you want me just to print it and mail it out to you? I can do that.
Yeah, email one of us and we'll send it to you.
Yeah. All right, so Mimi needs a copy. Diane Major
feel good about giving us
not
your
at all,
home address.
Diane.
We can send it to someone else in care of. I don't have a problem with that. I just You know, I give out my home address because, well, the only person that I had to protect is on her own now. So,
Oh, you did, Ellie? Okay. She had to choose a new winner for her birthday giveaway for my mystery bag, or for our mystery bag, because the first winner didn't contact her.
okay, Ellie. Ellie, let me ask you a question. Do you have Adobe Acrobat? That might be why it's blank.
Tammy, Ellie, wasn't I the new winner? All right, so Mimi, Diane Major, and who was the third one that needed it printed out? Or was there a third one?
Ellie.
Ellie. Okay. And
Well, I'm going to send her the PDF, but if it doesn't open out of my email, Ellie, then I will print it and mail it to you.
I have Tammy's address, and I have, do I have Ellie's address? I do not. I thought I had Ellie's address. All right, so so Diane Major and Ellie could email us with their address. We'll get them mailed out to you. Ellie, I thought I had your address, but I don't have it in my book here.
I keep mine in a digital book on my laptop, or on my desktop, password protected.
Can you get through? Sam took.
That's why you need to hide them. I don't bring them home for them. I bring them home for you.
All right. I wanted to show you guys something here real quick. Oh, you're welcome, Diane. I'm glad to be able to send it. Yes, Mimi, I have your address. Spring, the fiber enthusiast, is that what her name is? I'll put a link to her in the description box, but she did a video yesterday of a hat that she created, and I just wanted to show you the ones that I did. This is the one I did first. And they're reversible. If you turn them right side out, then you get a whole different pattern.
Cool.
And then I used, this was Simply Soft yarn. This one is Carnival yarn.
Ooh, I like that. That's
yeah,
cute.
I think it turned out really cute. Then, of course, if you turn it right side out, you get a different pattern. So cool. So now I'm going to make one of the adult ones. But this one is for a small adult, a medium to large child to small adult is what this pattern was. But this one, I used the same size hook, but this is 4-weight yarn and this is DK weight yarn. So it did turn out just a hair smaller, but it's still gonna fit. And then I just whipped this little beanie up with the yarn that was left over from the carnival yarn. I really like the colors.
Oh yeah, those are pretty.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Zoila, for dropping her channel. Thank you so much. Too old to carry that carnival yarn. That's the first time I've used it, and it is very pretty and super, super soft. The Simply, what did I just say? Simply Soft?
Yeah.
Yarn. That one I used about a half a skein. And the carnival, I bet I could have gotten by with making 2 hats out, because this is what I have left of the carnival. A lot more than I thought I was going to have left. So I kind of think I could have gotten by with 2 hats with both. The Simply Soft, I am thinking about using it to make a second one. The colorful yarn, Diane, was carnival yarn.
By Hobie.
By Hobie. I thought I had the label right here, but I don't know where I put it. It's like a black label, but it's kind of, to me, it's kind of a do you think it's kind of a roving yarn, Paula?
What, carnival?
Yeah. Or no?
Not really. But I would say that it's kind of a plump DK.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's super, super soft. So thanks, Zoila. Oh, you've never ordered from Hobie? I came across a deal last summer. There was a guy on Facebook Marketplace that his wife wanted him to sell her yarn. And me and Kaylin drove about an hour or so away, and I filled the entire back of my Ford Escape with yarn and only spent $100. And I would say probably 80 or 90% of it was Hobie yarn. I got a really good deal on it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, you did.
Well, and I did the hats because it's starting to get cool here, and I wanted to just make a couple quick hats for the grandkids until we figure out what winter coat they're going to have and the colors.
And I know who's going to take the rainbow one.
Yeah, she's already asked.
Probably both of them. Our
But
favorite gremlin.
My daughter asked me today if I would make merely several different colored scarves. So I need to find a good, quick pattern to make her some scarves.
That's easy. Just as long as you want the scarf to be chained, that many chains, in the third chain from the hook, half double crochet all the way down, all the way as wide as you want it.
And just do double crochets the whole
Well, I would use half doubles.
half doubles.
Yeah, because that's warmer.
That's true. Oh, Zori, you could do it. I did 2 hats in one day. I mean, I did one yesterday morning and I did one last night. I could have done more probably if I'd done it all day, but I didn't. Well, and then I was kind of wondering what yarn is the best for hats and scarves because they got to be able to get wet. You know,
Well, wool is good. I mean, it's very warm because when cotton gets wet, it gets real heavy.
right.
Zoila, honey, you're not a slow crocheter. You've got 12 million other things going on around you at all times.
Right. It was, Kim. I could not believe that I actually got a deal like that. All right. Does anybody have any questions? If anybody has any issues or questions or anything, email me or Paula. If you want to do a video to get help, email one of us and we will be glad to set something up to help. And then Paula
Shoot,
says,
we can both, excuse me, hop on a video call with you. If I can't help you, I'm sure Diana can.
right. And let's try to get the back piece done by next Thursday. If you don't get it done, no worries. We will just work on it as you can work on it.
Right. This is a crochet along. You don't have to keep up with us. Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to keep it where we will go on to the next section so that even if you're not exactly at the same point, then we show you how to do the next section so that you don't get stuck.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And I will absolutely be more. I was prepared today. It's just my brain is not functioning really well yet.
Yeah. It might take a while too.
I'm not used to that. I'm used to things coming to me real quick.
Right.
And it's just irritating and frustrating.
All right. Well, are you ready to call it a day, Paula?
I am. If you guys want to stay on, I'll just sign off and you guys can stay on, but I'm done, ladies.
Yeah, I figured it was taking a toll. Well, thanks everybody for coming in, and feel free to email either one of us anytime, and we will do everything we can to help. And we will see everybody next Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time.
All righty. Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye. Thanks for coming.